like short shank hooks for the slide. This particular hook is an eagle claw, 254 and size 2 off. I like the 254 because shorter shank gets you an easier, quicker penetration when you set the hook. The 254 has a big eye. It's easier to see in the dark when you try to connect. Now, if you want to buy a better hook, there are lots of better hooks out there than this particular hook. This is a good, sound, sturdy hook. It'll do the job. It won't disappoint. You spend a lot more money on really better hooks. But I don't know that that's really always necessary. That's personal choice. That's up to you. Okay? I tried true rotary. My advice of choice is Dynaking, the time of Dynaking, forever. First time my first fly, many more years ago than I want to admit, but it was not on a Dynaking, it was on an old A side. But we've come a long way, get a good price, it'll last you forever. I like to tie with lighter threads. You can get connected on the hook and the material, get a better connection with less mass. I don't like big fat heads on flies, I like smaller heads. That may be a personal preference, whatever you feel like. And I'll just put a good solid foundation, in this case 4 turns around the hook shank. Okay, we're going to put a foundation on there, which is going to be little white bucktail. I don't need a lot.
Can we turn that light down just a little bit?
Yeah. Good. Does this still see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like blows it up.
I can't see what I'm
Can't really
doing.
focus on it.
Okay. I'm going to pull the longer ones out, bring them back down into kind of balance things out more easily. Yeah. I'll save the questions for a second go around here. I'll be able to address them. Now what I'm going to do is, I want my fly to be half and half, which is to say, the length of that bucktail equal to the length of the shank of the hook plus the same length of hair, middle and nowhere. When I cut my material, I am not the guy that does this and then holds it up here to cut it like that. It's too likely to lose the material. I cut my material right to my fingertips. And I mean, you see this, right to the fingertips. Everybody see that? Then I can lay it right down on top of the shank, right where I want it to be. I can collect that material, run the thread down, run the thread up, and then I'm going to just kind of pull that up and spread it out with my thumbnail. I found my index finger and thumbnail finger. Those are 2 great tools for fly tying. Bring the thread about halfway down the shank. At this point, I'll take a feather. It'll be a neck rather than a saddle. And I'm just going to pull right on the middle. A feather that will give me support for the other feathers are going to sit up on top. I want this feather also to sit in the same range where the bucktail is. And I'm going to cut it right there, halfway down. Right there. Lay it in flat on top of the bucktail and just wind lightly. I don't want to go too tight just yet. And then I'll come back tight. This feather doesn't want to cooperate. If it doesn't straighten out real quick, I'm going to take it out. Don't fight with a feather, it's not going to cooperate. I learned a long time ago, it's just not worth it. Get another feather and go in from there. Again, I'm going to measure it, put it right there.
Cookie Monster!
Thank you, Joe. Better known as Lava Man. See, I'm managing that feather with my thumbnail to get it right where I want. Now we're just about right. There we go. Okay. My cheerleader. Now I'm going to go get into saddles now, away from the necks. I want to get a nice soft saddle. I'm going to go right on top of this base feather. And it's going to get bent down as opposed to bend up. Because that's where the support is for the rest of them. So I'm going to come in here. This is a pretty well used belt here, but I'll still find a nice feather. Right there. Okay. I like to look at the feather. It looks good. I'm looking at the general condition of the feather. That seems to be nice. I'm going to cut this feather right where it begins to go from thinner to thicker in the stem. Usually it'll make a little V. You see it grazes. Cut it right there where it starts. A lot of people strip the fuzz off of the feather stem here. A lot of people don't. A lot of people tie it in, then cut it. I just cut it and then I tie it in. And again, I'm going to tie it in very lightly. Right on top of the base feather.
I'm still here.
And then I'm going to come back, and as I come back out towards the eye, I'll wind down tighter to fix it in place. This is where I'm putting some flash. You put as much flash as you like, I suppose. Typically, I put in 2 strands. If I tie this in a much bigger pattern, if I use bigger feathers, and if I tie this big, then I'll use 2 strands. From here, I'll just put into. Get them wet so that they settle down. Took out the ground. The way I put the cotton in there is I just wrap the material around the thread, lay it on top, wind it down gently, like so. Now it's right up on top. The next feather I'm going to put in is the olive green. I already had one come out. Do the same thing on this feather. See where it begins to widen out, get thicker? Snip that.
Hide my burrito for later.
That's what you think.
Huh?
That's what you think.
If you want, you can take it.
No, I'm good.
I'm grabbing another one.
I'm good, thanks. Anybody wants a burrito, that's why. Now, I just tied this feather in right here. I tied it in right here. I'm going to tie the next feather in up on top, but out just a little tiny bit. And then the next feather, the final feather, is going to be a little bit further out. That way, the body that's on the fly won't be a big, clumpy pile of feather stems. Right here, it'll just kind of wind down to a point. You'll see as it comes together down the line.
All right. Okay, bye. Yeah, this is usually.
You see, I just tie right over that fluffy stuff. Now, if any of you have ever watched, I've seen the other guys here today. A lot of people talk about a pillow, make a little fuzzy pillow, put everything down. I don't use a pillow. Years and years and years and years ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago I did, but I don't. I don't see the need for it. It just makes a big fat blob in the middle of your flying. I want something cleaner, more streamlined. So I found that I can just tie right up on top and incorporate that furry, fuzzy stuff like that. Right. 2 more pieces of tinsel, or you could use crystal flash. Sometimes you make a mistake and cut out 3. So that's okay too. Wrap it right around that thread. Tie it right in on top. If I was going to sit here, now I'll show you something. It's starting to get a little busy out here, so I'm going to just take a little bit of water, pull it all together so it stays in while I'm working on it. Next feather. This is darker olive. So I'm just going to bend it back. Let's see what's in here. That's a pretty feather. I will gradually get these feathers a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer so that the fly gets the dimension. Once again, cut it to just where it's going to get a little thick. And lay this right in, just up ahead of where the last one.
With the smaller heads, they don't do a fuck. Just get head.
Now, one of the things that's nice is when you're tying with rotary and you want to cut some fluff or whatever, material out of the way, you can just roll it over. Because you don't want to cut in here where this thread is, because then that thread becomes the name of that thread. When you cut in there and it accidentally drops off, that's called the oh shit thread. So you want to be very careful not to have that happen. I will always tie nothing with a spare bobbin, just in case that happens, because I can right away go over and I'll usually have to pick up the knot and release the fly. Okay, so that's all good. Now I'm going to put on my Bill's Body Braid. Bill's Body Braid comes in 80 million flavors. I find that pearl, effervescent pearl, works just about for everything because it collects the color of the material that's around it. Most hooks, when they bring the eye around to form the ring, right here, most of them, even the best ones, will have a little gap there. And I have found years ago that sometimes what happened was You connect with your fish, he takes off this way, you come back this way, and all of a sudden you come in with a dead end. And that's because there's just enough room there, typically enough room for your monofilament to get around that. So what I do,
Are you sure you don't want one now?
I'll good one.
I had them on the floor.
We got a regular landlord. So what I do is I use a threader, put the threader through the eye, put the vibrate through the threader, 2 turns just to hold the material in place. Turn it over, 2 turns to hold it in place again. Now I can take the longer piece and gently tug, a little bit of a tug, and it will just compress to fill that space so that your line will kind of flow out of it. Then I will collect the material with my fingertips, 2 flytying tools right there. Just collect it, bring it all down like this. Yeah. And then please. It's amazing how to dry out if you talk all day. All right, now we're ready to put this little vibrator in place. And the cool thing is with the rotary vise, it's just done. Put the bumper on the way. Now I'm just going to bring it to this position here and tie it off right there. And the reason is that I don't need it on the end because that's where I'm going to start stacking the bucket. Now this pattern is the fly that I tie here for the shop. In the bins, several different varieties, colors. Some are really better sellers if you will than others, and that's because they seem to work better for most people. But if you're going to tie this fly, you want to experiment with all kinds of different colors. The chartreuses and the yellow, bright yellows, really very effective. Gray and white, really, really good. There's one out there, I call it the finest kind because it does the job every single time. Catches it. So now I'm all set. Can you see what a nice thin body I've got? Because I stacked the stems, but it came out nice and even. No big bundles of material. Bundles of material are opportunities for material to get loose and for the fly to come apart. You just don't want to have that happen. A lot of people try and counteract that by every single step putting a cement on it. And you can do that. I don't. And I have sold hundreds of dozens of this fly here at this shop and at others. Never had one come apart. Never had one come apart. And if one did, I would take that on myself and say, tell me what color it is and I'll replace it. You don't need to do that. It's important on the head when you finish, but not throughout the course of tying the fly. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have 3 different colors. I don't have to do 3 different colors, frankly. I could do 2 colors. But I like to do 3. So I'm going to start on top with a little bit. Are you leaving? Oh, okay, well, hurry back. You're really paying attention. I like that. Not that you all are. I am. You close your mouth when you're talking to me. That's right. All right. So I'm just going to pick out a little bit of material. This happens to be an exceptionally fine bucktail. I didn't choose it. I didn't grab it for that reason. I took it for the color. I just like the color. A little tiny bit. And the reason that I want a little tiny bit is I want to tie my flies sparse. I want them sparsely tied. And the reason I believe in that is because these fish have gone through centuries, eons of time, with the impression of what they think they see in the water. And you go in your shopper, you'll find all kinds of flies that look exactly like the real live fish. Well, that looks just like a fish. But that's not what the fish sees. You know, the fish sees what his brain is seeing forever and ever and ever and ever. So, in that regard, I want to have sparse material that imitates, seduces the fish to see what he wants. Not a big fly that looks like it. It's the difference between erotic and perverted. Does anybody know that? Because erotic is like with one feather, perverted is with the whole chicken. So, you just want a little flavor of what we're trying to do. So I'm going to measure it. I don't want it too far out, about so. I'm going to cut it right to my fingers again. I hope you can see this. See, I can put that right down on top, and now I can gather that material. I can come right down. I can maneuver it now. My thumbnail. Go get one of these. This is a mascara brush. This is the old good style metal. And you can just, I stole this from my mother years ago. God bless her. So I can see now how much material I've got there. And that is very good. I like that. I'm going to turn the fly upside down and just put in my next color. Just a little bit of this light olive. And I mean a little tiny bit. Hey, cousin. Now, I'd like to take the time to look through. I don't like any broken pieces of bucktail. Cut off, loose ends, that kind of thing. I like them all both pretty good. So, cut them again in my fingertips. So I'm going to lay these right on top. Be careful not to feel my fingers on the point of the hook. Then I can take my thumbnail and just wiggle around, part the material, and put it on either side of the hook. Like so. Okay? Take a little bit of white. By the way, you don't have to use bucktail for the throat. You can also use kip or calftail. And it makes a really nice little pot belly right up to the point of the hook. I tie a lot of them that way.
What was that?
I said to save questions till the second half of the show. Go ahead, Dave.
What was the material you said?
The other material is calftail or kip. Some people call it kiptail. I didn't bring any up for this. But it's this calftail. And you just take a little bit of it, pull out the short little pieces, because you don't want to put the whole lump at the end. Just pull out the little pieces. Set it right up on top like I'm going to do with this, and tie it in. I want a longer belly on this fish, that's why I'm tying with the longer material here. And I will pull out the shorter ones for this piece. And I'm going to put this right here. Right on top of the olive that I put up. Again, I'm going to remove that material. Now this is where I get into the shaping of the fly. I'll get my fingers nice and saturated, and I'll come up here, and I'll grab the slide, and I'll pull it back like this. This gives me an idea of what it's going to look like in the water when it dries out. It'll also show me if I've got any bucktail that I may not want to keep in there. Yeah. Lastly, I'm going to put the jungle cock eyes on it. You don't have to use jungle cock. I like it. It's traditional. I have customers that want the fly tied with other eyes, stick-on eyes, that type of thing. Fine, it's whatever they want. I just think that this gives it a nice traditional look. Doesn't help keep the cost down for sure, but it does look a lot better. So. Which one? Which one to do on these? These are called nails. You want to pull back till you take the little barbets off the stem to the black area. Some wax and just hold the feather down on top of the wax, and the wax gets in there and makes everything stick together nicely. Place it where you would like. If you like where it's settled in, just take it, cut it off. Same thing on the side. And you can see now too. This is not time-consuming fly. You sit down and tie a lot of these in an hour.
Put that in water. Put it in water. Ice cold water. Ice cold water. Oh yeah, I use more it's harder to pull out. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay. The wood finish it. Best way that I find to set the fly. I'm going to put the next one on the thread. The best way that I find to set the fly is to hold it underneath hot tap water, and then just lay it on a paper towel, let it take its own form. And even after you fish with it and it's all beat up, you take it right back and do that again. It'll go right back like it's supposed to. That's what I think a flatwing is. You can add a lot of finishes to it. You can put a peacock grill on the back. You could lay another little tiny flatwing like carapace on the top on the back. Like say you use a calf tail underneath the belly. If you don't get that long round belly, if you do, you get a little pot belly up front. So you can use different colors. This is a 3-feathered flatwing. You could use more. You could use Bob's favorite color, pink. So that's where I think that's what I think a flatwing is. Any questions? We get time. We can tie another one if you like. you guys. You want to tie another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Step up there a minute. Sir. You're leaving, Philip. Oh, the show's just started. What is your name, please?
Mark.
Mark, Steve.
Hi.
You were very intense. So take that home.
Oh, thank you very
No,
much.
no, no, no. Hold it by the hook while it's getting ready to set.
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry.
That's it. You've forgiven this once. You know. So,
Great. Thank you. Beautiful.
thank you. Now we'll see who else pays attention locally. And I'll tell you what, that thing catches fish. The flat catches fish.
It's nice and spark. First one to tie. The first things the guy told me was, as a beginner, you're going to put on too much.
Oh, yeah.
I can guarantee you. And you're going to think that that's really great, but it doesn't look great to the fish. It doesn't have any translucency to it.
Right.
It looks like a big fish.
When I first started teaching, I made the students count out the numbers of bucktail and the numbers of turns on thread. And finally, one class is ready to hang it up, threatening with bodily harm, so I stopped doing it. Okay, laying down a good foundation. I'd say I'll usually use 14. If you want to take the time to lay them down perfectly, side by each, well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you wind back up, don't wind back up that way. Wind them tight and wind them open, because that locks them in place. You put it tight on top of tight, it spreads out, and it doesn't lock anything in place. A little bit of bucktail. I don't know if anybody noticed, we have two different white bucktail I'm doing up here. One's just a little bit crinklier and stiffer. That's for the support here. This is a softer, and that's for the belly. Okay. Are you doing me a favor? Go to my table, and I think you'll see a calf tail. Right
What is
there.
it? Calf too.
Calf tail. Looks like a cat tail, is actually
Oh,
what it
cat
looks like. No, it's calf tail, or kit, but it looks like cat. I'll put that on the next one so you can see that stuff. Again, I'm going to cut right to my fingertips. I'm going to lay it right up there next to the eye. Must be going okay now, just complain.
It's all right. We'll work with you.
Alright. Spread that out like that, just so it's a nice little platform. Go back in there. You're going to find that these feathers will come in a lot of different widths. Some are thicker on the far end. Some are going to be thinner. Some will be shorter. Thank you, sir. Kit tail, calf tail, cat tail. I used to call my cat by a different name, but now I call it Stubby.
He said that just for my understanding.
I do that. This is
This will be,
Mr. Lobla man.
how you feeling, Steve?
How am I feeling?
You hanging in?
I'm doing it, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm a trooper.
Yes, you are.
So I'm going to put that one just right. Okay, so my feathers here, it's kind of filled up to hold it, everything. And I'll find a Little white feather in here. This is one well-used saddle, I'll tell you. You come in there and you find a feather that looks like that. It's no good. No bueno.
That bird sat on it when it was too young.
It did. It just messed it all up. But here's a nice one. These other feathers will come in handy to a lot of other things. And for right now, this is what we want. Alright. Got it? Just before it gets that. Now this is where anybody has questions, holler away, because now you've seen the progression of the fly. And that's what I wanted you to see without interruption. So if you have a question, David, feel free to.
You did? No.
These folks will play I barked at them now. I shut them down. Now I'm just moving this feather around till I get it just about where I want, which is really right there.
Right. Yeah. That's why Stevie's different. No pressure, Steve. No pressure. Lay that thing flat, bro.
Sometimes I used to chew tobacco and that worked really well. I tell them if it doesn't work well, don't waste your time on it, get another feather. But this one, don't need no stinking pillow.
Don't need no stinky pillow. Did you know that?
Don't
No
need no
stinky
stinking
pillow.
pillows. Voila.
Voila!
That's what I want right now.
It's like magic, Steve. It's
It
like
is.
magic.
It's like magic. You believe in magic?
I believe in magic.
I believe in magic. Flytying is magic. Fly knots are cheap magic tricks. All right, I put a little moisture on that because it was getting kind of hairy. And tie it right in on top, just lay it right in on top. You will find some people, there's no right way or wrong way to do this. It's just my way or the highway. Everybody's got their own little way of doing it. This works for me. This has worked for me over and over and over. Joe ties a different kind of flatwing. It's a flatwing. It catches fish. But it's a flatwing. No, he's an artist. He does beautiful work. Really does. Yes indeed. Now I'm going to go in here and find that is the perfect feather. That.
I love watching them select the feathers because it's really crucial.
It is.
It's so crucial. I'm from the same school of thought. Steve does a great job with the selection of his feathers. I mean, if you look at his saddles that he has, they're just absolutely exquisite. And he purposely places those feathers down in selection, because he doesn't use the pillow like I do, but he uses it specifically, the tuft, to lay it down. It's magic. I can't do it that way. Mine just want to roll and go all over the place, but Steve's just magic.
You know what this is, folks? Practice. That's all it is practice. Do anything wrong enough, you'll do it right. Joe and I go way back.
We go way back.
We go way back having silly fun.
Almost what, 30 something years, huh?
Yeah,
something like that.
Long time, man.
Long time, man.
Long time, good time. And again, I'm just laying on top. I'm not winding down tight here because I don't need to. If I go tight, I'm just going to move stuff around. So I'll lay it down, then I'll come back and make it tighter. So it's never going to move. Okay, let's see. And there's no such thing as, these are all bad feathers. They're just different use feathers. Some are a little bit longer, some are shorter. These little squatty bodies down here are perfect to tie against each other for poppers. Almost.
So Steve, I asked you a question. How do you know what length to select?
It's a calculation that occurs in my brain. It's like, obviously you can get the wrong length and then the fly won't swim. But I have found that if you start with this size, for example, and you build out, the fly will balance and the fly will swim. If you have really long flies on feathers on the bottom of the fly and short ones on the top, it doesn't swim as well. It may not swim at all. It's just a matter of balance. And you know, maybe there's a little bit of trial and error in that as well.
I love it. Leave that tough like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love the way that looks. It just makes it.
That tough looks so nice.
Yeah.
Now, is that the pillow method?
No, there's no pillow,
No
Stevie.
pillow. I don't use no pillow. No pillow. Don't need no stinky pillow. I feel like that guy who makes all those pillows up in Minnesota.
My pillow.
I would put that guy out of business.
My pillow.
He's my pillow guy.
My pillow.
I knew you would.
2 for 1 pillow.
$50.
But you can wash my pillow.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried one of those?
Yeah.
You got one?
Randy, you got one?
Yeah. It's good.
Really?
Yeah, love it.
No
Yeah, it's my
kidding.
pillow.
Neck pain is gone.
No kidding.
Yep.
Well, I can't say that about mine.
Is that good?
I threw it away. I washed it, and then I tried to sleep, and all night long I was like, I guess I could have put it in the dryer first, if no one told me that. Alright, that's good. Okay, now we're back down to that nice, clean, thin little body. No pillow bump for it all. This pillow reminds me of a guppy that's pregnant.
What?
Look, he's a little baby flatwings. Yeah. And you may want to just check and make sure that everything's mostly flat and even, which it appears to be. Now we're going to put
Keep watching the master. That's great.
that was great. Did any of you watch Joe do his? He's good. He's really good. I'm just pulling out the loose ends. Right. Any questions so far? Yes, sir.
What's the purpose of pulling that out?
Like I just look, what I want to do is kind of equalize, spread the material around the hook more evenly. That's why I use the little comb. Move it up to let the material just kind of settle out. And then I just wet it and comb it back down to make sure that's where I want it to be. Good question. Alright. A little bit of this. You know, I notice I work real tight with my boss, right next to the grill. I don't go way out here because I don't want to lose control. You guys might put control in there.
So I built the TF series. So the TF, T series, and TX series. What do you primarily do?
Okay, now. I hope you can, if you go find one that's stone broke, you can get the metal one. When you're working with your cat's tail, you get that. Don't go up in the air and cut out a nice slope. Always start at the bottom so that you know how much material you've got left in the tail. Now this kind of gnarly stuff down there, and I wouldn't use that on this slide. So I'm going to come up a little bit and cut out a piece above that. But I will go back later when I get home and with a saw and I'll cut that piece off. Because I don't need it. It's not good. Okay, now see what I did? I got a pinch. But that pinch is filled with, you don't see that? A bunch of excess stuff we don't need. So a few turns of pulling that out. This material is very translucent. Pretty, it's like, so like, I don't know if any of you ever worked with any polar bear. It looks a little like polar bear. Turn this down. Again, let's comb this through. Make sure it comes out. And you cut this right to your fingertips so that you can lay it right where it needs to go.
And you know what's interesting about that? There's no shell.
Okay, eyeballs. See what I mean about the pot belly? With that material as opposed to the full length.
It's all about you. It's all about you. If I can get the rest of the world to think like that, I'd be all set. I'm telling you, it's you. It's you. I'll do yourself. Here's the first. Here's the first wire. Sure.
One more. Did you find that?
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go.
The other thing I meant to mention is the thread I use. I use the beauty thread, size 70. Most people use a 140, which is twice the diameter. The smaller thread lends to a smaller head. All right. What's that? So the only difference here in this one is that little bit of a pot belly in it. Any questions? Thank you. Yay! Thank you, Bree. You've been a great audience. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.